Good evening and a warm welcome to all the viewers. This is a video on the illustration sums and a balance sheet. Previously, I have posted a video on the description of balance sheet containing the meaning of balance sheet, significance of balance sheet, the list of items that appear on the asset side and the liabilities of a balance sheet. Today in this video, we are going to discuss about two illustration sums and a balance sheet. Now this is the first sum. From the following information supplied by Mrs. Roshan Lal, prepare a balance sheet of Mr. Roshan Lal as on 31st March 2012. The problem goes like this. List of items are given. Capital, furniture, debtors, creditors, plant and machinery, investment, cash in hand, cash at bank, stock at the end, bank overdraft, bank loan, net profit and drawings. These are the list of items given. Now let us discuss one after the other where the items will appear and what is the nature, whether it is an asset or liability. Now the first item is capital. Capital is to be written on the liability side, and the next item is furniture. Furniture is a fixed asset. It will appear on the asset side. Debtors is a current asset. It will appear on the asset side. Creditors is a short-term liability that will appear on the liability side. Plant and machinery is a fixed asset that will appear on the asset side. Investments are either short-term or long-term depending upon the period, but here it is the short-term asset which will appear on the asset side of the balance sheet. Cash in hand and cash at bank both are current assets that will appear on the asset side of the balance sheet. Stock at the end is nothing but the closing stock that will also appear on the asset side of the balance sheet. A bank overdraft is a long-term liability for the company that will appear on the liability side. Same way, bank loan is also a liability that will appear on the liability side. Now, net profit and drawings, both these are to be adjusted along with capital. On the liability side, we will take capital, add net profit, less drawings. These are the treatment to be given for these items. Now, let us see how these entries will appear in the balance sheet on the assets and liabilities side. Now, the solution will be like this. As I said, bank overdraft, creditors, bank loan are the liabilities that will appear on the liability side, and capital is being adjusted with net profit and drawings. We are adding net profit to capital and we are deducting drawings to know the exact capital or equity available. And on the asset side, we have cash in hand, cash at bank, debtors, stock, that's closing stock, then investment, furniture and plant and machinery. Furniture and plant and machinery are fixed, rest of the assets are current assets. Now the answer on both the sides is 1,15,000. So the problem is getting tallied, so the entries are assumed to be correct. Now we'll move on to the next problem. This is illustration number 2. From the following information supplied by Mr. Arun Kumar, prepare a balance sheet as on 31st March 2012. The list of items that are given are creditors, debtors, cash in hand, cash at bank, stock, furniture, loan, plant and machinery, land and building, capital, net profit and drawings. So the first item is creditors. It's a current liability, and debtors is the current asset. Cash in hand, cash at bank, closing stock, all are current assets which will appear on the asset side. Furniture is a fixed asset that will appear on the asset side. Loan is a liability for the company that will appear on the liability side. Plant and machinery is a fixed asset. Land and building is also a fixed asset. These two will appear on the asset side of the balance sheet. Now capital will be taken to the liability, added net profit minus drawings. So capital add net profit less drawings is the treatment that we have to given on the liability side of the balance sheet. Now let us go to the solution and see how the answer will appear in the balance sheet. Now when you make the entries, this is how the balance sheet looks. On the asset side, we have cash in hand, cash at bank, debtors, stock, current assets. 4 are current assets, and furniture, plant and machinery, land and building are fixed assets. So totally there are 7 items on the asset side. And on the liability side, we have creditors, loan. These two are, one is current asset, current liability, creditors, loan is a long-term liability. And as we discussed for the previous problem also, capital add net profit less drawings. That's a treatment for net profit and drawings. Both are to be adjusted with the capital. And finally, we have the balance on both sides, 2,19,000. We have come to the end of the session. This is a very short problem and a balance sheet, 2 illustrations. Thank you for watching. The next video will be on final accounts, 1 full problem inclusive of trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Once again, thank you for watching.